My name is Shamal Mohammed. I'm a director of Agritech and R&D at Silal. I'm not going to take more than 15 minutes of your time. I just want to share with you some of the challenges of the desert agriculture and some of the work we do in order to tackle these challenges. Sorry. I think there is a slide missing here, but so when it comes to the desert agriculture, obviously, for obvious reason, there is very limited resources to create a local production, and there are many, many challenges there. For a start, you have a scarcity of water, you have a very high temperature, we have a 365 days of sunshine all the year round, you have a very poor soil quality, we have issues with salinity, we have issues with land degradation, but also we have a problem with disease, different type of disease, energy cost. Obviously, you can have greenhouses, net houses, whatever you controlled environment you create, the cost of energy and the cost of production inside these systems are so great, you cannot compete with imports. And on top of all of that, the economic viability of agriculture in a desert environment is really challenging for many businesses like ourselves. And because of the size and the priority for multinational companies, desert agriculture is not big enough or wasn't big enough in the past to invest in innovation and technology development. And that's why there are limited innovation happening in the sector. However, we as Silal, we are part of ADQ family. We're trying to change that sort of challenges we have in a desert environment. Silal is a 3-year-old company. We are responsible for the strategic food reserve in UAE, but also we are supporting the local farmers to increase the local production. When it comes to innovation, obviously, as a region, we have challenges. We tend to work in silos, and that's not really the way we would like to do. What we would like to do is actually creating an ecosystem for innovation, working with the industry, the academia, entrepreneurs and startups, and then bringing everyone under one roof or one ecosystem that can allow us to tackle some of these challenges we are facing in UAE, but also in the region. And looking at the innovation and the innovation pipeline, obviously you need the innovators, you need a resource, physical as well as financial, but also you need the industry and the market, because you cannot just develop a technologies and then not be able to utilize it or apply it in the farming sector. So what we do at Silal, as I mentioned, our shareholder ADQ and Silal make a huge commitment to develop the largest agri-food tech innovation center in the region. We dedicated 30 hectares of land in Al-Ain, which is about an hour from here, which include multiple functions, capacities, capabilities, focusing on Agritech, focusing on a food tech, in order to be able to tackle some of the challenges we are facing in this part of the world. We have multiple labs, facilities for pest and disease, for soil and water, for developing a variety and seed that is more suitable for this type of environment. We are in that process. Our center is going to be ready and open in the next few months. We are expecting April next year. But this is the ecosystem where we are inviting people, inviting research organization, industry partners, technology providers to come and work with us in order to address some of the challenges we have in the UAE and the GCC. Just to share with you some of the projects we've been working on so far in the last couple of years. So recently we announced a project with a company called Desalinator, which trying to desalinate in water using solar only, and having a greenhouses where we can grow crop off the grid that is desalinated using solar. The power comes from the solar in order to reduce the cost, but also to reduce the carbon footprint and increase our sustainability. Another initiative, we work with the local farmers. We deployed large number of IoT sensors in 100 local farms in UAE in order to increase the efficiency of irrigation and cooling system of their farms and increasing their productivity, increasing the growing season in UAE. We're working with the Red Sea Farm and other startups, which they came out of King Abdulaziz University in Saudi Arabia. Interesting technologies here. We're looking at a heat blocking technology in the plastic that is a passive way of reducing the cost of cooling. We're using saline water for cooling our greenhouses instead of using fresh water. We are using a different rootstock to be able to resist the heat, the salinity in our soil. We have a 1 hectare of demonstration is operation right now. We've been growing cherry tomatoes throughout the whole summer, which is a bit unusual for this part of the world because the cost of cooling is so high. So we've been able to do that. We also have a 1 hectare of nursery where we're growing seed to seedlings, providing it to the local farmers in order to grow a high-quality seedlings for this season. We as Silal, our fresh business, we have a network of more than 900 local farms. So we work with them. We have a number of collection centers. We have input agronomy services. We recently have acquired a company, Sherwood, which is in the input sector. We have agriculture engineers. So we are with the farmers from the very early stage of selecting their seeds, selecting their fertilizer, helping them with their crop nutrition and crop protection in order to be able to manage their crop better and more effectively. When it comes to the farming, we have our own farm in a line, 600 hectares. We have 15 hectares of greenhouses. We are growing strawberries and blueberries. Believe it or not, that's what we do in the desert. And it's quite nice and it's quite tasty. Next time you are in Lulu, look for Silal Fresh and you can see it. We also, as I mentioned, in Agritech and R&D, we're doing a lot of work with the local farmers, introducing new technologies, demonstrating new technologies, helping them understanding how to using this disruptive digital and technological solution into their traditional way of farming. We're also introducing the best practice in terms of training, workshops, providing guidelines for the best ways of growing crop. When it comes to the supply chain, we are just about to commission the largest automated pack house in the whole region, based in Al Ain as well. We have a presence in Al Awir. We also digitize the entire system with our 900 farmers. So we have an app that can farmers see their produce when it comes to Silal collection centers, to the pack house, to the retailers. We work with the retailers, HoReCa, and the wholesale as well. And we have recently been targeting different governmental bodies where we can supply directly to them as well. We also part of the strategic food reserve, as I mentioned. We are just about to commission 10 new silos in Mina Zaid with 200,000 ton capacity. That mostly to increase our capacity in the country if any disruption happen in a supply chain. Food security is not a new thing in the Middle East and in the GCC specifically. Before COVID, most of the strategy for tackling or making the food more secure was about to diversify the investment, relying on import. However, with COVID, there is a realization not only in the GCC, globally, that we need to have a supply of local produce, because when there is a disruption, there is issues, especially when it comes to the vegetables and fruit. And that's really the mandate of us for Silal, to help the local grow and then making sure the farmers are sustainable and, more importantly, is profitable. Because ultimately, this is a commercial business, and the farmers need to be a commercial business in managing their farm and making them a bit sustainable and more profitable moving forward. Thank you so much.